Um, Technology is closing in on the abusive. There's nothing they can do about that. Um, they've done this far too long. The reason they're not stopping what they did before technology is closing in on them is because they're addicted to it. Same with most of you. Why aren't you standing up for the Lord's Prayer? Why are you voting for president? Because you're addicted to gambling. You're addicted to, yeah, gambling. Gambling. You guys, damn. Voting for president is gambling. Okay, and you guys all have a yep gambling. They said that the thing with Gwyneth Paltrow the other day, and they were talking about people she was with, and well, yeah, what's his face? She's a Ben Affleck. And so, well, he had a gambling habit, blah, 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 and he drinks and stuff. Yeah, a lot of you guys, you drink because you gamble, and you all have a gambling habit. Okay, guys, you're competitive. That has to do with gambling. If you're not competitive, there's no gambling. Oh, son of a bitch! It's like talking to a monkey. Look, you all have the same. Oh, he has this. So do you. Okay. Do you vote for president? Okay, then you have a gambling habit. Do you constantly pay attention to what's happening with the president? Then you're Nick from Barney Miller. How much money are you going to make off your gamble? How is that going to affect your gamble? That other person's, how many horses are in the race? Okay, what are you doing to make your money? Okay, it's kind of coming in the fifth. Okay, guys, that's all you motherfuckers do is go to the racetrack with Charlie Chan. Okay, go to Monte Carlo with Charlie Chan. Go to fuck. Okay. Not even Amish people live the Gospels correctly, or people that live in communes. You live in the United States of America where everybody votes for president. Do you get up and tell them you need to live the Lord's Prayer? No, you go run and hide and think Jesus is going to come from the sky and save you because you're doing things right. You're gambling. Okay. You can go run and hide from the world because you think it's the end of days and the end of times and you're going to get rewarded by the magic god of the gambling society. Fuck. There's very few people in the world, very, very few. They're like 1% of the population, that won't, that understand that you have to deal with assholes like this, but you don't have to be one of them. And you can get up and Esther, the story of Esther. It's a wonderful story. I met a young man from Iran and started to cry. He's like, "You're related to Esther. You're a descendant of Esther." Oh my gosh. They migrated you here, and I get to meet. So that's neat. We don't have a lot of people from Iran in our country. Our country's tried to mass murder the descendants from Esther off the face of the planet for a long time, with the descendants of Abraham, and they're also descendants of Esther. Iran is more Esther's line. Okay. Now, Esther, I'm talking, yeah. Now, Esther, yeah, I understand that he married Esther. There's two Esthers in the Bible. There's one that Abraham marries and has Ishmael with, okay? And then Esther, and you see what I'm saying? Because he explained it to me when I was sitting there. And I did most of the talking, but he still explained it to me. I was like, yeah, I get it. Okay. So Esther's Ryan is Iraq and Iran, right? And everybody's like, that's family murdering each other. Yeah, I know. Catholics and Protestants, I totally understand. Okay, we're all Irish, Scots, and English. Yeah, it's Esther's line, mass murdering each other. I get it. I understand. Okay. It's Ruth's line. Yeah. Ruth's line more went that direction. I'm from Roosline. Okay. I was very cute before they tried to poison me to death. I'm not. Esther's line. Go. They're good. A lot of them are very good looking. Um, uh, Roosline. A lot of times we're not as physically attractive, but there's some physical attractiveness there. Yes, definitely. We're just put into more aggressive, violent, harsh conditions. Really? Yeah. Um, they had some pockets of the weather's not as it's different. I don't know how to explain it. It's something more they're used to. When you migrate away from what you're used to, your body reacts differently. Um, uh, it's I don't know how to explain it, guys. But and you adjust to your environment. But that's irrelevant. Physical appearance is very shallow. It's how you treat people and how people are treated. And trust me, you have those videos of 2010 of me in Sierra Vista. It's like, guy, he's good looking. Oh yeah, of course. I'm the guy like Jesus. I look like Jesus. Now you look at me, it's like, guy, he looks like, well, before I shave and cut out all the stuff that's causing all the poisoning and it covers it up, it looks, oh, he's a pretty good looking guy. And then when I shave and all the poisoning underneath from detoxing from the perpetual abuse that I'm still stuck in, he doesn't look that good. Yeah, it's your taxpayer dollars hard to fucking work, asshole. Is your horse going to come in? I think it's kind of funny myself, but I guess a lot of people don't. Earl, life's eternal and grace is infinite. You crying over this, Clay? You don't feel sad about it. I do when I run into people that suffer from it and stuff. It's like, yeah, but they act like you don't exist and don't get up to support the Lord's Prayer of you. Yeah, I understand that they've been beaten into ignorance and by arrogance, and that they think that they're going to be Amish and just hide from the world. And I understand how people are. I know. There's a lot. I think what are they, Mennonites or something that shop, and I always almost run into them every time I go to the store. And I talk to them, and they kind of avoid me like the plague because they don't want to talk to me like the nun. And the nuns I run into, and it's talk to him. He's crazy and he's evil. Yeah, you work for a business that pretends to be like me, and I'm crazy and I'm evil. Okay, you act like I'm going to come save you from the sky when you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer every day like I do, and I'm crazy and you're going to be saved by God. It's hard. It's hard. You sit there and you look at people and go, how can you possibly expect to believe in nonsense and expect nonsense to save you from nonsense? It doesn't make any sense at all. But it's something that people do. You sit and you watch TV. And in my dream tonight, this stuff, they gave me this thing, a choice between Amy and Jennifer Lopez. It made me very uncomfortable. It was a very uncomfortable dream. I was like, choice between Amy and Jennifer Lopez. But you gravitate towards Amy all the time. Well, of course. Well, I understand Amy. I've lived with Amy, bathrooms, or, yada. I know she was horrifically abused by people that manipulated her from the time she was an innocent child. I understand that the same thing happened with Jennifer Lopez. I get that because she had such Amy had real strong signals to me. Okay. Jennifer Lopez had real strong signals that she was going to be very influential to the world. So as soon as they got her signals on the genome sequencing, they were messing with her, okay, from the time she was very young too. But it probably started around the same time Amy was born, 1980, because of the technology. They didn't start messing with Jennifer Lopez. They didn't have Jennifer Lopez's name in a book, and she's a woman that's very influential because of her charisma and her tribalism, but she's not Earl. Okay. And so, yeah, you know, their science projects and their scientists didn't start identifying her till it was 1980. So that's when she's about. When was she born? Was she born in '69? Okay, that means Leslie's about my age, probably about a year younger. But is that right? I don't know. They have her birthday in there, but in the phone thing, in this thing. But yeah. So she didn't start getting a lot of government manipulation in her life on an extensive scale until probably about 1980, or right around the Gabe and Mike's, when she was a little kiddo. Right? Me, it was there before I was even born. Um, because that society thing went and found Krishnamurti, and you think I'm nuts? Okay, that society thing went and found Krishnamurti when he was a little boy, because they studied and found him. Okay, these wackadoodles do this shit all the time. Okay, yeah, they're nuts. Okay, you ever seen Charlie Chan movies and Steven Spielberg movies? They go around collecting these relics and power, and they look for the magic in this. They're crazy fucking assholes. They look for things to have the power to fix or rule the world. They're like that librarian crazy show and Buffy the Vampire. They're not a wackadoodle doodle 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 doos. Okay, there's not a sane, rational one among them. No, I know the power of Amon Ra with this humanity. It's the Holy Grail, and don't look at it now. Okay, and lock it up in this big. They are wackadoodle doodle 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 doos. And then anything that happens, okay, because of symbiotic relationships with wackadoodle doodle doos that are trying to be powerful and do this stuff, they think, well, this has to be done. It's necessary. No, it doesn't. Okay, and you try to explain it to them like I did in Sierra Vista when I was talking to Lim Allen at that Fry's Fruit and Drug. What do they got? All they got to do is just stand up for and live the Lord's Prayer. It's not time yet. That's crazy, and they are. And it was easy. I was watching stuff last night on Michelle Obama. She didn't want to participate. She didn't want him to run for president. And they're all that one guy, that guy that was that Barry Binney show or whatever. It's like, dude, past, present, future. He's not a chick. He's not a woman. She didn't want to do it. She knew it was going to work out bad for him. There's a couple. He's on his haunches. He's smoking a cigarette in the Oval Office, and she comes up and it's going to be okay. And you know what they're discussing? Parsons. Okay. How are we going to survive Parsons? This isn't going to go good for us. We'll get through it. Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Listen to Parsons. It's true. We'll get through it. This too shall pass. Life is eternal and grace is infinite. This too shall pass. But you should stand up for a Lord's Prayer today. You can. Trust me, you can. Everybody that has passed away that hasn't, they weren't going to. Peace out.